Welcome to the Center for Medical Justice, where we keep you informed about pain and addiction treatment, medical breakthroughs that could help this community, and deaths of incarcerated persons due to medical neglect. In their zeal to prove they are doing something about the opioid crisis, it has become very popular lately for law enforcement to blame doctors when anything goes wrong with patient care, even when patients kill themselves with their medications or die from withdrawals in jail. In their rush to demonize physicians, the authorities have often ignored evidence and science itself. That being said, sometimes a doctor is truly acting in a manner that would make any astute psychiatrist want to run a psychopathy checklist on him. The first physician in New York to be charged with murder for illegally prescribing drugs seems possibly to be one of these doctors.
The story from Mineola.
It seems inconceivable. 74-year-old medical doctor George Blatti, charged with selling nearly 2 million opioid and amphetamine prescriptions for cash from a Dunkin' Donuts and Best Western Hotel parking lots in Rockville Center.
Brazen. It's outrageous.
Dr. Blatti did not fight the charges, choosing instead to plead guilty. They should not be taken as evidence of actual guilt, as many people plead guilty out of fear. But those who witnessed the trial saw no evidence that this was the case, nor did they see any sign of remorse from the doctor. At sentencing, the judge refused to address him as a physician, saying, "You are certainly no doctor," and said he was a disgrace. Family members of victims were convinced that he took the plea agreement because, believing he would be found guilty, it was the best deal he could get. No physician in the state of New York had ever been charged with murder for prescription practices. He was charged under the theory of depraved indifference to human life, after prosecutors say he filled prescriptions with no review or exams, ignored pre-existing conditions, prescribed to patients whom he had never met or spoken with, and started them on the highest dose possible. His own defense attorney, Jeffrey Groder, seemed convinced of his guilt, saying, "This is a tragedy of unbelievable proportions. In the face of the tragedy my client did, as I said in the courtroom, he did the only thing he could do, which was to plead guilty and therefore accept responsibility and punishment for what he did."
Strong reaction to the prison sentence for a doctor on Long Island convicted for the deaths of 5 patients who overdosed on powerful painkillers he prescribed.
The Center for Medical Justice will try to reach out for more records and look more closely at the life and apparent crimes of this physician. By noting when a physician is truly criminal, we can differentiate from those the authorities just don't like. Thanks for listening, and stay safe.